The sharp scent of chemical cleaner still clung to the air as students shuffled into Lincoln High's notorious room 203, the science lab no one liked, ruled not by a teacher, but by teenage tyrants. Flasks and glass tubing lined the black countertops. Old posters of atoms and formulas hung like ghosts from better days. But none of the students cared about electrons or compounds. They were too busy whispering about the new teacher, Ms. Riley Matthews. She stepped in wearing a modest white blouse and navy skirt, auburn hair tied neatly back. No makeup, no tough voice, just a confident presence and a calm smile. From the back row, Zach leaned into his chair with a mocking grin. His wingmen, Brent and Tyler, elbowed each other, already plotting. Room 203 didn't respect teachers, especially not soft-spoken ones. But Ms. Matthews wasn't here for their approval. She picked up a marker and wrote, Miss Matthews Chemistry. Every reaction starts with pressure. Then she turned and spoke. Good morning. I'm Ms. Matthews. I believe in energy, change, and second chances because I've needed all three. Some students scoffed. Brent yawned obnoxiously. Tyler made a fart noise with his arm. But Ms. Matthews didn't flinch. They tried to break her from day one. They swapped labels on chemicals, faked fire drills, spilled water on her notes. Still, she returned. Every day. Calm. Poised. When Tyler played explosion sounds during her static electricity lesson, she smiled. Great sound effect. Let's talk about real electrical disruption. When Zach muttered, You're not smart enough to teach us, she responded without blinking. Yet I'm here. And you're listening. Then came Tuesday. The air conditioning had failed again. The room felt like a sauna. Kids fanned themselves with torn paper. Ms. Matthews stood at the front, holding a model of a water molecule. We're going to learn how pressure forms bonds. Zach slammed his desk. This is a joke. No one cares about molecules. Brent laughed. Half of us won't even graduate. Ms. Matthews replied, firm but soft. You don't know who you'll become. That's why I teach. Then Tyler stood. Let's test your pressure. He gave a silent signal. Brent lunged forward, and Rip grabbed her shirt and tore the sleeve down the seam, exposing her shoulder. Gasps exploded through the room. Laughter echoed from Zach. One girl screamed. But Ms. Matthews didn't scream. She didn't cry. She smiled. And then she laughed. A low, calm laugh that made the whole room freeze. You know, she said, brushing the torn fabric aside, I always thought this shirt was ugly. Then, slowly, she walked straight up to Brent. He didn't move, didn't blink. She grabbed his hoodie with both hands and with one strong yank, reap, tore it right down the middle. The entire class erupted into stunned silence. She looked him in the eyes. That's what it feels like, to be humiliated in front of everyone. But here's the difference. She turned to the class. Real power isn't in tearing others down. It's in choosing not to, even when you can. Then she returned to her desk, picked up the molecule model, and said with perfect calm, Page 132. Let's continue. No one said another word for the rest of the period. The next day, Brent and Tyler didn't show up. Zach came in late, quiet, alone. Halfway through the lesson, he raised his hand, shaky, unsure. Miss, you really think people can change? She nodded. Science is built on it. Days later, Brent returned. No hoodie, no swagger. Just a simple sentence. I was wrong. I'm sorry. Ms. Matthews smiled. That's a good start. Now let's study what's still bubbling under the surface. Tyler began helping clean the lab. Zach stayed after class to ask real questions. The classroom changed. A month later, room 203 shocked the school by presenting at the fall assembly. Brent walked on stage. He read a spoken word poem titled, Reaction. I tried to rip her apart. Thought it'd make me strong, but she taught me strength is choosing kindness. Chemistry isn't just in beakers. It's in grace under pressure. The auditorium gave a standing ovation. Ms. Matthews wiped a tear. Today, room 203 is more than a classroom. It's a story of pressure, of courage, and of one woman who taught that even in chaos, transformation is possible.